We are the fourth generation to be in the business, and I've grown up in the business since I was very young.
The McDermott name goes back to about the early 1900s. My grandfather started a painting contracting firm called the McDermott and Ross Painting Company.
Well, I was born into it, in a manner of speaking. You know, I was my grandfather, who had the paint contracting business when I was growing up. I was cleaning rollers and brushes for the painters.
It's guided my life. It's been my life. My family is completely involved in this business. We're a small family-owned business, so it's long hours, it's hard work, it's wearing many hats.
I said I want to own a business. I want to be my own boss at that time, and
It's within you, the paint industry, and it's just something that drives you, and you keep going with it.
I'm a social person. I like being behind the counter. I like speaking to people. I like meeting people. And being behind the counter, you meet people from all over the world now.
I like to painting, basically, be honest, even at home. Sometimes I take a paint, I start painting in the wall. So it's like art, basically.
I think the industry in itself is constantly evolving. Everything from the way products are made. As we live longer and healthier lives, we become more concerned with our health and the environment, so the products are changing to reflect that.
The biggest challenge on the paint side of the business is the downward price pressure from the competition. Sherwin-Williams and PPG are kind of at a race to the bottom pricing-wise.
It's tough to compete because they're buying quantities that are just, tremendous.
Most big boxes are kind of a nightmare to shop in, but the expectations are so low that people are comfortable with that. I think what we try to do is always be a lot better than that so that they want to come shop here.
the profit margins on BMOORE products are very low since it is very competitive. And there's a between stores that have multiple stores and single stores like myself, it's a very uneven playing field.
Yeah, our guys are just basically trying to bring more business into Rings End, and specifically more Sherwin-Williams or PPG business. We tend to leave other BMOORE retailers alone.
We're in a very price-sensitive area, so this market would react less to, let's say, $10 off a gallon of paint than, let's say, the New York City market.
So I've always had to adapt. Years ago when I first took over, the neighborhood consisted of a lot of artists, a lot of students. So I took in some art supplies to try to keep up with them.
We have our store in Williamsburg, which is our newest location, and we've learned that the people coming in are looking for more of a hardware-oriented store. So we've had to bring in a lot of different products to service those needs. For instance, we never made keys before, and we found that in order to keep people coming into our stores, we've had to start making keys. And I think it's more on a local level of our individual stores that we analyze what would make the most sense, where would we put our advertising funds into the market to keep our name in front of them as their BMOORE distributor. So that could be participating in charities, that could be athletic leagues, that could be like a YMCA, that could be product breakfasts and seminars.
The way people consume media is definitely different too. Like down here, you're definitely more tech savvy audience. There's a lot more like print readers in Hartford County, in New London County. So we still do a lot more local print, that kind of stuff up that way.
One thing I have noticed is homeowners are much more educated than they were in years past. And I think that's very much due to the internet.
They've already investigated Benjamin Moore. They're coming in, they'll talk to you. I read about Aura online. And, well, why do you think I should buy Aura? I said this. And so they come armed with information.
Homeowners are typically looking for color advice. They're looking for guidance. They're looking for that one-on-one assistance.
That's what we tend to offer most is, one-on-one help, whereas contractors just will tell you what they want.
Homeowners come in, although with the computer systems now and the internet, people are more educated coming in. Especially women are the ones deciding on the color. They're the one picking the color. They're the ones designing. You know, the male is strictly the applicator.
And I don't challenge a painter. I wouldn't challenge. Like if the painter said, "Well, we got out there, I'm going to use this." If it sounds good, yeah, because he's out there seeing it. He looks at the wood, he feels it.
Painting contractors typically know the products that they're using. They don't really want to change off of those products.
Well, contractors are relatively easy. They're quick and fast. They know exactly what they need, you know, and the quantities.
They'll put on the color you pick. You know, they have no preference. I mean, some might have a little bit of decorator in them. He doesn't care if you want your bedroom black. That's what you want. I'll paint it.
So we leave it to Benjamin Moore to really go to market on a large-scale advertising campaign and keep the brand name relevant and in front of the people.
I've always called it the Benjamin Moore phenomenon. It's geographical. Benjamin Moore started in Brooklyn, New York. Now you go outside those boundaries I told you about, and they'll say, Benjamin who? Benjamin who?
You know, we used to joke around that, you know, contractors would come off the boat saying Benjamin Moore. So that we used to joke around because that's all they ever wanted.
And they have good quality product. I mean, Aura is a great product, Regal Select's a great product, Advance is a great product, Natura is a unique product.
You can sell it with confidence. You know, if you're walking home with a can of Regal Select, and I'll use that as a brand, I know it's gonna turn out okay, no matter how messed up you do it, because I'm selling you something really good.
They help us with marketing, they help us with mailings, they help us with social media. You know, it's kind of like a plug and play type of thing where it's very easy. I just talk to a rep, and they tell me the options, and I just say what I want to do.
It's not that I just sell paint, but I help people feel better about their homes and feel better about themselves by adding color and, you know, fixing problems for them.
I think when it comes to people's homes, that's their comfort zone, and I think they need to make that space their own.
It's color. It's personality. You know, people are in a certain mood. You know, the mood swings. They found, like prisons, they found that pink is very, subtle. It calms people down. It's a calming color.
Every time you come home, you can't help it if your house looks great. So even I do when I come home. I say, that's a damn good color.
Care about what you're doing. Care about what the people are, because it's real. It's paint, but it's real.